The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 is obviously the best foldable in the market right now. It's great because of certain features it comes packed with. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 4 features I find very interesting on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4, as well as one additional security feature you'd need to check. Because of course, this device is very expensive and you have to stay so secure in a way that even if you mistakenly drop it somewhere, you can end up coming back to pick it up wherever you left it. And even if a thief takes it away, they won't be able to use the device till you track it back to get it. So stay tuned for that last feature as we move into the video. The first feature definitely has to be its multitasking capability. Now, Samsung has optimized certain applications on this device to allow you to do double tasks whilst going through these applications. Applications like Facebook Messenger, YouTube, TikTok, and many more. Specifically with TikTok, if you are watching a video, you could also go through the comments on the other side without having any distractions of that sort. Now, this is because if you are using any other regular device, you'd realize that immediately you open the comment section, you have half or more than half of the screen covered with the comment section, which doesn't allow you to go ahead to consume the content and then go through the comments as well. On the Galaxy Z Fold 4, that's not a problem. Of course, you could go right through the comments on the other side of the screen whilst consuming the content on the other side of the screen. That makes it stand out a lot, and I really admire that feature on the device. The next feature I'd like to talk about is the cameras. Not the camera performance, but the UI and certain features built in the camera section. When you open your camera on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4, there is a section on the top left corner which allows you to open a grid mode. Now, what this mode actually does is it gives you the flexibility to have the pictures you've taken on the left side of the display and also have you take your pictures on the right side. So immediately you take a picture, you get a preview on the left side with which you could actually delete or even zoom in and zoom out to see if you really love it. Instead of the traditional way of actually clicking the preview down there to see the actual image. Not only that, you could also tap on the cover screen preview icon at the upper right corner of the camera UI, and what that does is it allows you to take a selfie with the cover screen. That gives you a much more sharper, clearer, and crisp image using the rear facing cameras to take a selfie. The next feature I'd like to talk about is eSIM compatibility. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 has support for eSIM. For those of you who don't know what eSIM is, eSIM basically is an electronic SIM. Now, it's more like a digital SIM card that will be embedded into your smartphone's memory, and in that case, you could actually use it as a normal SIM card. I'd like to emphasize that if you get this device, you have the chance to use 2 SIM cards or 1 SIM card and 1 eSIM in case you activate the eSIM. There is a downside to using an eSIM though, and that is the fact that if you intend formatting your device, you'd end up losing the number, which means you'd have to go back to your service provider to re-put or embed that eSIM number onto your smartphone. Samsung is working with MTN Ghana and they are testing that phase at the moment, so it's not eligible yet. But if you get the device, you could actually use 2 physical SIM cards for the time being. Now, because this has a tablet mode and a cover display, in case you are using an app within the tablet mode style and you close the device, what by default happens is any activity you are taking closes as well, or the screen gets locked. Now, this is because that is how by default the device is done, but Samsung has given you the advantage to actually set up certain applications that are capable of being used on the outer screen immediately you close the device. So in this case, if you are probably doing something and you have to rush and leave and you mistakenly forget yourself and close the device, you could continue your activity on the cover screen. And that's a very great implementation. All you have to do is to just head on to the settings, look for the apps section, and then find apps you could use on the cover screen like you're seeing in the video. Toggle that feature on and select the apps you'd want to be able to use once you close the screen. Mind you, some apps are not usable on the cover screen, so you should see that as well. Just make sure you select the applications you'd like to see on the cover screen and you're good to go to set them. Immediately you close your device, you should be able to continue continue using them on the cover screen. The last thing I'd like to talk about is protecting your device. And there's a feature for every Samsung user that allows you to track your device if it's offline. By offline, what I mean is if you're not connected to the internet, Samsung allows you to, with the help of other Samsung devices, to track down the device. Now, this is a very expensive device, so obviously you need to make sure you protect it at all costs. In case you forget yourself and you leave it somewhere, this is a special feature I'd like you to turn on. Go to your settings. Now look for the lock screen section. Then when you find lock screen, all you have to do is to go ahead and look for secure lock settings. You'll be asked to enter your PIN or password if you have one on it. You enter it, and once you enter it, you look for lock network and security. And what this will do is, if for instance someone has your device and they plan on turning it off and running away with it, they won't be able to turn your device off unless they've entered your password, pattern, or even your fingerprint. So until it's you, nobody can turn your device off if this feature is turned on. The next feature I'd like you to turn on is to go ahead and then find biometrics and security. When you find biometrics and security, look for Find My Mobile. On Find My Mobile, you'd have to make sure you toggle that feature on, then turn on remote unlock, send last location, and offline finding. What this will do is, once you log into www.findmymobile.samsung.com, you'll be able to track your device and Samsung will be able to share your location with you anywhere you find yourself. Offline finding is basically a way to help you track your device if you're not connected to the internet. And with that, any Samsung device or Samsung user nearby could help you track your device. This is a feature I would really appreciate you turn on immediately you purchase the device, because of course it's quite pricey, so you wouldn't want to lose such a pricey possession. I'm DELPPY, thanks for watching and stay frosty.